Hello and welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room. How cute are these? Now this is just a small sample of my whole little mini home sweet home village that I have created. And if you come along tomorrow to Elizabeth's Craft Room or to this YouTube channel, you will see my whole village and hear about a very special class that I have got coming up to show people how to do so many of the different things that you can do with this set. So we have dies and a matching stamp set. They are called Home Sweet Home, and we do have them in a bundle, saving an extra 10%. So you can have the full bundle at £48. Now, because that's a bit of an investment purchase, I really wanted to show how versatile these are, and they really are. So this is just the dies. Look at how many you get. I think it is 22 dies. Absolutely amazing. And 25 stamps in the stamp set. And they are super cute, and you can do so many different projects with these. These are absolutely not just for Christmas. In fact, none of these that I'm showing you here today is a Christmas project, but we have got Christmas and Halloween by the dozen downstairs to show you, and I'll be showing you those tomorrow. But today I'm going to go for something simple and to also point out different ways that you can use this. I've actually done this as a little memory keeper. Inside is a bubbly cork, a champagne cork that I've kept from my 50th birthday celebrations. Actually, my lovely Stampin Up team, the Dazzling Dreamers, took me out to a birthday tea with bubbly, and this is the cork from that day, and I just wanted to remember it. So I've made a little memory keeper house, and I thought what I'd do is go ahead today and show you how this is made. So you'll get an idea of how you put the houses together. Although, as I say, there is so much to show with these houses, I am going to do a special class. So let's get started. I'm going to cut this in the window sheet. So this is not the window sheet. That's not window sheet, that's foil. I'm going to cut this in silver foil today. Now, just to give you an idea, you need to cut the house twice. The house element twice. You can get a full house out of half a piece of A4 cardstock. So although I'm using a piece of 12 by 12 here today, you'll see I'll end up with quite a bit left over from that. So half a piece of A4 will make you a house. So quite the finished project is quite economical in terms of cardstock. Okay, so that's our first step. Now the next step, we need to run this through again. I know we've got reflection here going on, but that's what happens when you choose to do a silver house. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little door in this house. Now when you look at the door, there is a sharp side and not quite a sharp side, and the not quite a sharp side is going to be where the door is going to open. So I'm popping that on there. I'm also going to put a little window in the top, and I'm going to run that through. And what you'll see is now I've now got an opening door, and I've got a little window. We also have window frames. But today I'm not putting a window frame on. I'm more interested in just getting some windows so we can peek inside and see what's in there, as this is a little memory keeper box. So I'm just going to pop that in. Now the other thing that there are lots of different ways to get goodies in and out of a box. And I'm going to show you one of those today, but there are lots of different ways that you can do that. I also have, believe it or not, I also have over, I think it's 25 or maybe more different projects that you can do using this die, and that will form part of my class. I'm not going to teach 25 projects, by the way. I'm just going to give you 25 ideas. Otherwise, we will be making houses night and day, although I have been doing that, I will admit. They are very addictive. Okay, so that's basically the house cut, and I'm going to fold all of the little score marks now. And you know, this is what dies make so easy. You know, if you were trying to cut and score this all from scratch, you know, by hand, cut and score it, it's so difficult to, you know, it would be so difficult to do, but this makes it super easy. Okay. Now there's lots of different ways to put this together, particularly because I'm using quite a glossy surface. I'm going to use tear and tape today, so I will go ahead now and put all my tear and tape pieces on. Okay, now I've taken all those backings off. Where the tear and tape is slightly wider than the little tabs here, I'm just folding those in. It's got a little random bit of red ribbon on there, but that's all going to be hidden, so I'm not worrying about that too much. So I've just folded all of those pieces in, and then I'm going to line up, and just line up. See where that bottom tab is? I'm lining that with the bottom line there, the top line with the line coming down from the roof, and then we've got a nice little box. Then this piece comes in, same thing, line up and line up. And we're going to fold the roof in, and with this one we are going to seal this in at the top. So I'm putting my roof up, and I'm going to have an up facing ridge to the roof. Now again, so many different ways to do roofs. We've got tiles, we've got thatch, we've got ridges, we've got no ridges. Even corrugated roofs you can do. So there's so many different options of how you would do it. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm actually sealing up the bottom. But one thing you could do is actually to just leave a little glue dot or a light piece of adhesive on the bottom, so you could still get things in and out. Or you can use the door itself to put things in. So obviously with my cork, that would have been too big to get in through the door. So what I've done here is I've punched two little holes in the roof. I didn't put tape on the roof ridges, and I've tied a ribbon. So it's entirely up to you as to how you want your box to be sealed or not sealed. But if you're keeping something as a keepsake, you might just want it in the box and sealed up. I'm just going to show you another couple of little bits and pieces that you could do. So I've got some very vanilla cardstock here and some Melon Mambo ink, and I'm going to stamp two things. I'm going to stamp the little flags, and I'm going to stamp the door. Now I could cut the door out with the die that opens the door. That will cut the door out all but one side, and then you could just snip it down. But actually it's straight lines, and to be honest, it's just as easy to cut out like that. But this one I am going to cut out with the little matching die. And there we go. Ah, super sweet. So we could actually attach this onto the roof. We could attach it onto the front of the house like so, or you could have it up here if we didn't already have a window. So there's lots of different places you could pop that, but obviously the door, I'm going to put on the door, and just pop on there. Make sure you get the doorknob the right way round. So we've now got a little pink front door, and I think what I'm going to do with this is actually just pop these on the roof. And just with the snail and the mat, you can just get those little excess bits of snail out of the way so that they're not on the front. There you go. So a little keepsake box, really sweet. Here was my original one that's got the cork inside it and a tie on the roof. I've used a little pearl as a front door knocker, and I've actually used the little banner. Again, there is a framelit for that, and there are some various stamps in there as well. So all sorts of different ways that you can use this. As I said, over 25. Come back tomorrow, visit my village, and find out about the special class that I'm going to be doing.